All right, this will be like the third time trying to make this. Sorry for all the cicada noise and woodpeckers and whatnot. Uh, it's a conspiracy. Conspiracy, bro. All right, I got a script here, and this is what we're going to talk about. I'm going to try to go through this quick because I've already done this twice. I ain't trying to edit this. We're going to speed run this, boys. And single female in the comments. Dead internet, the theory of it. AI and then shitification and how AI exacerbates that situation. Introduction to the dead internet. It's the idea that the internet's content is generated by bots, AI, big sites, or automated systems causing a dead or artificial online environment. The claims are genuine human voices, authentic content are not overwhelmed. They are overwhelmed by fake accounts, spam, AI-generated material. This script, it's based on my prompts, but this is AI-generated. I mean, anyway. And I'll get to that because I don't think this is Gemini. I'm pretty sure this is Chat GPT. But it has a bias, and which is interesting because it's literally what I'm talking about. People are not on the internet anymore. They're on big platforms. So back in the day, you used to have these like fan sites. You used to have these other things that you would do. And now everybody's kind of like, you're on these big, Reddit or Meta or whatever. You're on, Instagram. I guess that's Meta. Yeah, you're just on these big sites. And so it's less cool. It's less diverse. Growing concerns the rise of AI and automated content. That's only exacerbated this. Like it used to be, you would argue with bots. Now the bots are more sophisticated, and they call them large language models. What is enshititication? Coined term describing how platforms degrade over time as they prioritize monetization and engagement over user experience and quality. See that trash can, bro? Let's get that in focus. That's what enshititication is right there. There's a stick bug right here. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Where's he at? Where are you at? Oh, here he is. See, he's camel. Looks like a stick, right? That ain't. It's a bug, bro. Those who know. Yeah. Anyway, what's up, dog? How you doing? Your camel game's on point. Examples: algorithmic clickbait, intrusive ads, spam manipulation, and of user behavior to maximize profit. I'm going to include in that dark patterns, bait and switch, and I'll talk about fake space. Dark patterns are when you like try to like unsubscribe and you can't because they've got like all these weird menus and stuff. You just can't find it. And so like you Google it or you read it trying to find, and they switch it every few months. It's dark pattern, manipulative, fraud is what it really is, allegedly. Bait and switch, promise you one thing, get something completely different. Or you get it for a minute, and then they keep switching it on you. They change the contract. You agree to these terms and services, and then they just, so there's no terms and services. Those are all spurious. Those are not contracts. Because they're all one-sided, boilerplate for whatever the thing is, and you have no rights, and blah, 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 blah. Dog, I pay you money, player. Or you're profiting off of my information. So, you can't pretend like I don't exist. You're just destroying the social contract. Everything's about you. Cool story, bro. Good luck. And companies, not just companies, the EU, other places are starting to hammer down on this. So we see a change a coming. It's coming around the bend. Yeah, back in the day, man, you used to have like MySpace. That was a thing. Everybody had Tom. You had all your lads were up on the web with you. You could have music. Had like a little snippet of music. It was cool. It was a thing you could do. About to get interrupted, by the way, so we will pause. All right, we're not gonna film those people because they cheerings. What were we talking about before the ear hustler squad? No, we're not doing that. Nope. Seen this movie. No, we're gonna go for a walk. Yeah, man. All right, what are we doing? Enshititication, blah, 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 wordy words. Censorship. We haven't oh, yeah, talking back in the day about face space. Used to be able to get music, kind of HTML friendly. You could put different backgrounds and stuff on there. You could, yeah, it was cool. It started to get full over with bugs and whatever. Tom getting more ads. MySpace comes in. It's a government deal to collect your data, but lets you talk to your friends. You could talk to college. You had to have an EDU, profile. You would post initially, right? And if you were up at 3 a.m, whoever else was up at 3 a.m. that was in your friends group would see it. It was cool. It wasn't collated. It wasn't codified. It wasn't manipulated. It wasn't a walled garden. It just was, man. Morgan, what's up with you, squirrel, bro? Why are you walking all slow? You got the rabies or something, fool? You hot? What are you doing, bro? You're just not afraid of people? You good, homie? Yeah, he seems all right. It's hot, huh? He's like, man, it's hot. I ain't gonna chase you. Do you, bro? Get you to the water, bro. What's wrong with you? You know where the water's at? Yeah, this is a better way, because if I just stay in one spot, like, I'm gonna get people that try to post up. Like, I want to be in. Oh, I haven't even talked about censorship. We'll get there. So, yeah, it was HTML friendly. It was all the cool things. Facebook came along. It was cool. It stopped becoming cool. Farmville, normies, older people would get on. It was no longer just for college students. It started to be manipulated. Like, it would show what it wanted to show to who it wanted to show it to, that kind of thing. And it just slowly became dog water. And that's the whole internet, pretty much. Like, Google, they didn't want to censor anything in the beginning. Whatever the most disgusting, depraved thing that you could accidentally search for, you would find. And they wouldn't censor it. And why are you talking about censorship? Because they bought YouTube and started censoring. So that's wild, right? Like, you couldn't censor the most depraved and disgusting stuff, right? Fair enough, free speech. You're Larry Flint or whatever. Got it. But then when you get YouTube, you buy that out, and then now you start censoring everything. So I had told some really cool stories about YouTube censorship, but I don't even think they're necessary. I think you guys know about it. So censorship became part of the enshititication, the woke mind virus took over AI, because, a lot of the people who do... I might take a detour. A lot of people who do that are part of the issue. And the peer pressure is strong, so you have an administration a certain way. People go that way. Now everybody's based. Nobody's woke anymore, right? So that's a thing. But that just shows you they just go with whatever the winning team is. Like, well, if everybody's doing it, I don't want to rock the boat. So AI content flood generated pre-trained transformer. Jeeped. Instead of GPT, we'll just say jeeped. Maybe from now on. Tools like jeeped, deepfake tech, mass-produce content rapidly and cheaply. Content often lacks originality, contributing to the noise. Just ends up feeling fake and hollow. AI-powered bots spread misinformation, spam, apply sensationalism. In addition, they rage bait, talk about things that get you activated emotionally. Because if you're arguing with a AI chatbot on the internet that you think is a person, you know, you stay on the app longer. False consensus. So it's a psychological manipulation, a form of gaslighting. Is like, hey everybody, we should eat bugs and have nothing and whatever else. And then all the bots are like, no, actually it's really cool. Bugs are totally the future. Like, don't you, like, you hate the environment? Like, why don't you want to eat bugs? That's weird. And that's not even a real human. And so you're being manipulated. Yeah, it just makes it feel fake and hollow. Like the old school internet was multiplicative. It was sustaining, supplemental. Like you would do stuff to, like I did now, like where I printed out like a thing and I do a video out in life. You would download maps to your GPS or whatever so that you could hike. So these were things that you could do. But it became more and more about, and you know, prior to the internet blowing up and it becoming mobile, because everybody, like we had the internet for a long time, but it was something at home in your study or in your bedroom. And if you had any kind of sense of a social life, you would get out and you would do things. And you might invite somebody over and be like, yo, check this out, what I saw on the internet or whatever, but you're still doing your life. You know, you might find directions. Where's the Tower record store? You know, but you were going to the record store. The internet became less about those things. A lot of those sites are dead. So Google would give you like, not just Google, but the searches that existed before that, Yahoo, these other searches, allegedly, would give you, you know, 10,000 results. And you'd be like, wow. And you might look at the first 10 pages or less of 10 results. But then if you go now and you try that, there's not 10,000 things about carrots or even rocks. 100 million web pages. Like, no, there isn't. So they're lying to you from the get-go. Don't be evil. I guess they decided to go full evil. I mean, whatever. Do what you got to do, I guess. YouTube started censoring more and more and more. You know, you could argue there's pressure from politicians, corporate media, whatever. But like, you used to be able to watch cool fight videos, you know, for self-defense training or martial arts or whatever. And a lot of that stuff's gone, you know. So you still watch these like street Aikido videos. I had a buddy who's a judoka, and Aikido's kind of a good art. It's practiced by poor martial artists sometimes. They're not Jigoro Kana, however you say it. But just, anyway, but this guy's Aikido was good, bro. Like, he's out in the hood doing hood stuff, you know, taking people's straps, yeah, whatever. Practical application of Aikido. This stuff got banned. All the 9/11 stuff, banned. James Corbett, off the internet, banned. Alex Jones, off the internet, banned. Anybody speaking any kind of truth to power, banned. Especially if it was left, right? Righties too, like you know, if they're establishment, they're okay. But if they're like some kind of like working class, not even right, just like independent, bro. Like, anyway. Banned. Censorship. That song came out, Stay Woke. Pretty sure that was Childish Gambino. It was kind of a cool song. Video was weird. It's talking about his psychic struggles. You know, it's his art. He can do what he wants. But then you get a bunch of white girls that get on the internet and they're like, I want to be woke. I want to stay woke. And it just became Karens. You know, nobody was awake anymore, questioning. Like, you had a right and a left back in the day, but people would argue and kind of come to a consensus. Like, they wouldn't be like, yo, you know, they have their different opinions about 9/11 and Bush's involvement and this, that, and the third, and Osama this. But, like, people were generally kind of arguing three sides of the same coin. It's pretty much divide and conquer right now with the rage bait. Get everybody ethnic, religious, whatever. Get the bots going. And it's not all like some conspiracy level stuff. Like, some of it's just like, it's business, you know. Instagram, people buy. You can see by my low view count, I don't do that. We ball on a budget on this channel. I don't pay for no bots. Some of you NPCs might be bots. Fake accounts, automated interactions to drown out real user voices. You know, if there's 10 bots saying a thing, you don't get to hear the one real guy that's like, I don't know, man, I just don't think we should be eating bugs. That's haram, bro. Those aren't kosher. Platforms, profit-driven algorithms favor sensational, repetitive AI content for clicks and views, engagement, time on app. Right? So, stir the controversy up to get you to stay in that app, get you to stay on that app. You don't go out and do things because you're on that app. I'm using an app, bro. I'm using multiple apps. It's going to get posted to multiple apps. It just is what it is. But, you know, you can listen to this. The visuals aren't that exciting while you're doing something else. You can go out and live your life. I mean, you can touch wild roses, you know. Let a spider web hit you. What are we doing? What are we doing over here? Internet used to empower offline life fun. Yeah, it was fun, man. Like, everything the internet was fun. You know, you didn't have the fun police. Not everything. There was some wild, evil stuff then too, but because there was no like internet sheriff, you know, people, it was okay to do fun things, man. You know, and did that mean sometimes you were called a honky cracker white devil? You know, whatever. Esa gringo. Yeah. Did you get over it? Yeah, you just said your mom, and you moved on. Hey, fool, don't talk about my mom, vato. User experience decline, repetitive, low-quality content, overwhelming ads and toxic interactions, erosion of trust in online information and communities. Just became less cool, less exciting. People would talk less. You're talking to bots more. Back in the day, like, boredom was real. Like, if you didn't have a car and you were sitting at a bus stop in like a big city, you didn't necessarily want to talk to the, let's say maybe the business dude in the trench coat or whatever with his briefcase, but you're so bored, you're like, hey man, what's good? You know? Or you might be on the internet. No, you wouldn't be on the internet because it wasn't mobile like that, but you would like have a Game Boy, Neo Geo Pocket or something. But even then, you know, you were offline. So, yeah, you were offline. Fantasy is a drug, and you need a little bit of it. Life is brutal. So fantasy is an escape. It's like a drug. It's not a real drug because it's drug-like because of the dopamine effects in your brain, but it's not. You're not gonna have like a come down. You might have like a behavioral, but not really a chemical come down. But anyway, so fantasy, internet was used to build these like fantasy worlds, World of Warcraft, whatever, Call of Duty, Team Fortress, Half-Life, Counter-Strike, what else? StarCraft. These guys are doing frisbee golf, cool. But you still have to fill in the gaps. You still have to use your imagination. There would still be times of boredom, which would cause you to think or like talk to somebody. So, the process of enshititication didn't happen to everything that was on the internet. So when you would go on the internet, it was more organic. Organic was something the internet was something you did at night, right prior to the enshititication dead internet, where you would do it at night because you would be doing stuff during the day. But then when you would get home, or even you might have a laptop, like if you're super cool, you could go to like a cafe and get like Wi-Fi internet. But you were still out. Like you did stuff during the day. People live their entire lives now on the internet. And it's worse. It's just not as cool. There's less sites. People have died. Like, think about it like this. People die, right? The internet is comprised of human knowledge and understanding. I got homeboys on Facebook that have been dead for years. They're dead. They're not here, right? But if you saw their pictures and whatever else, you would think, oh, they're alive. So it's a graveyard. All right. Wrap this up, get towards wrapping this up. Reduced incentive to produce quality original work. Increased user disengagement and skepticism. So people kind of don't engage as much as they used to. Like we used to go pretty hard in the paint. People don't do that anymore because they don't even know if who they're talking to is a bot. The people that aren't bots act like bots. People straight have these, like, you talk about fantasy, they got like AI girlfriends and stuff now. It's wild. Surveillance state because of our devices. Oh my God, these guys are earless. I'm for real. I gotta switch, go back the other way. As an introvert, I cannot stand when people like try to, it's like I was over by the river, they wanted to be by the river. Anyway, what was I doing? Got ADHD or something too, man. Oh, surveillance state. So like a GPS camera, like some people had webcams back in the day, but you had a shutter on them. Now, like everything has all these like multiple cameras, night vision, clothing, disabling, super sophisticated microphone. Like these devices are cool, but they're just basically a tracking device that you pay for. Like the government doesn't even have to use your taxes to pay for it because you just buy the new model every time. Computers only had speakers prior to the internet popping off. Like you don't really have a need for a microphone. Who are you going to talk to? Maybe you have a recording software if you were doing Fruity Loops. So there, wasn't really the opportunity to surveil as much. AI content detection and transparency, tools to identify and label AI generated content. Clearly, what? This is the solution? This is a solution. It says AI detection, transparency. Shut up. Jeeped, Claude, whoever this is. Bro, I don't need AI to tell me what AI is. That's your solution? The solution to AI is AI? Nope. Solution is touch grass, talk to people, live a part of your life. Dude, I love technology. I'm not getting rid of it. But, I'm going to scale it way back. And not all old tech is bad tech. Just saying. Platforms hold creators accountable for authenticity. No, they don't. No, they don't. I mean, the community will. You guys will. Like if it's just fake, garbagey AI, enshittified flood, you guys will do that. How to fight enshittification? How do you fight it? In case you don't remember, enshittification is the slow degradation of an app or the internet or a program, a boiling of frogs towards, like a cool thing, towards something way lamer. Like when you're trying to get market share, it's free, it's fast, it's cool. And then you slowly remove features, put things behind paywalls. That's enshittification. Just like it sounds like, turning things into feces. Platforms realign incentives from profit to quality. Stop it. Platforms are not the solution. I wrote on my script that says literal Satan. Like, no, dude. Platforms are the problem. Get off the platforms. The platforms hook you on there with a thing that's not even that anymore. It's not free anymore. It's not fast. It's not organic. It's not cool. Your grandma's on it. It's boring. It's thirst traps. It's problematic. So just get off of it. Yeah, platforms aren't the answers. Don't think Congress is going to save you. Don't think, Bill Gates or Zuckerberg or any of these people none of these people are going to save you. You have to save yourself. Penalize spammy AI-generated low-value content. How? Organically, just don't watch it. If somebody's got a stock photo, if somebody has an AI-generated voice, any of that kind of stuff, just reject it. If it's got some uncanny valley weirdness, just reject it. It says verification. Check this out. This is what AI wants you to do. Verify an identity measures. So their solution is to remove the last vestige of privacy. They want you to have an internet ID card, maybe? No, I'm good. No thanks, Satan. It's the mark of the beast shit. Verification, yeah, stop. Encourage verified human accounts. No, we're not doing that. Listen, you can't, if somebody wants to have an AI, whatever, let them do it. But doesn't mean you have to support it. I mean, you do what you want. I'm just telling you, if you want ants, that's how you get ants. Teach digital literacy to spot AI spam, misinformation, and manipulative content. I can get behind that. There should be more videos talking about this is how you know this is fake. Right? Expose, boys. Expose. Identify and expose. Ethical AI development and regulation. Good luck. Don't assume these guys are going to have any ethics. All they care about is power, money, the basest things in life. You need those things too, but let's stop pretending that they're ethical. Have any vestige of ethics. So conclusion, let's wrap this beast up, bro. Dead internet theory and enshittification expose real challenges in today's online world. Yes, they do. The host society needs to change. If you don't want a woke, robot telling you what to do. Society has to change. If you get off the big apps, and they're only big because you're there. If you get off them, they're not big anymore. They're irrelevant. CNN was a big app, allegedly. Right? Who's on there now? Allegedly. No one, right? That was the app of your grandpa's time. You know, they're a government, allegedly, news that nobody cares about or nobody watches. It's all funded. Allegedly. The parasite will die. If the host bounces, like, nah, you're good, and then just leaves, does its own thing. So make the internet fun and free and exciting again. Incorporate your life with the internet. Get out and do things. It's going to try to infect again. The parasite will try to infect again. If we build an alternate, it will come to try to infect that. So you just got to stay vigilant. Stay true to the human values, you know. You know, you can choose technocracy and enshititication, or you can identify, reject technocracy and enshititication, dead internet, like zombie, NPC, not awake but woke, or based, you know. But just don't be based, don't be woke, be awake, be alive. You know, so embrace awakeism. That's it. That's all I got to say about it. Talk in the comments. Deuces.